So let's keep it simple, okay, as to how to create a program that will run on a £250,000 piece of kit and make your boards. It's basically an ASCII file. There's nothing proprietary about the files that machine uses downstairs. So let's not make it difficult. You could write a program for that machine downstairs in Notepad. What we've got is a part number, a circuit reference, X, Y, theta. That's all you need. How hard can it be, really? People do make it very difficult, though. Our data options, Excel, centroid file. So if you can use Excel and Notepad, you can write a program for the machine downstairs. So again, you don't have to wait to see whether you can make a program. You just do it. It's easy. So Excel BOM and centroid files, this is how they start. They often start with multiple circuit references all in a row. You probably can't see that, but it's basically C1, C2, C7, that sort of thing. Then we've got a part number, and we've got our centroid data, and they're all linked together by the circuit reference. So this is our key. So we have a circuit reference here, and we can pretty much scrap the rest of the stuff that you use in manufacturing. So if you've got a bill of materials that you're using currently for getting your stencil made or your PCB made somewhere, you can just strip the rubbish out and create a program for the machine downstairs. So it needn't be hard work, which again comes down to quick turnover time, which makes it cheaper for you guys to get those first 10 boards done. So why do we keep using them for placement data? One of the biggest headaches is when a subcontractor like Gearbox gets the same data that the entrepreneur gives to his stencil manufacturer and his PCB manufacturer. It's a different market. When will people learn? Because they say, well, it's the simplest. I've given it to that guy, I'll give it to you, deal with it. The problem with asking your manufacturer to deal with it is he charges you for dealing with it, and it's quite a big thing. So when we're talking about cost again, upfront cost, the more work you do up the front and give us the right data, the cheaper it becomes. You're lazy, it costs you money. I guess it's life, really. So this is a plot from Gerber that would be used to make a stencil. Now if I zoom in on there, you can see that pad is just a series of exposed films. So it's a film that's exposed around in a square, and there is no relationship between that pad and that pad, or that pad and that pad. So we don't know where the center of that pad is, and we don't know where the center of the component is. We've got to do that with a converter, another very expensive piece of software, where we draw around that box and we convert that image into a centroid, which, if you remember back before we had that, we had a centroid coming out of our PCB design file. So why didn't you send us that? So CAD files. CAD files you're probably more familiar with if you've ever made a PCB. They're typically formatted files from various packages that you can buy. A lot of them free. I guess who's used Eagle CAD to design boards? Eagle? No? Prince, you have? Yeah. Nothing wrong with it at all. It's free. Those that have used Fusion 360 to do mechanical engineering, there's a PCB design package inside Fusion 360 as an add-in. Fantastic. And it will output exactly what you need to make a placement file, as well as your PCB, as well as your stencil. There's so many free ones, but I think Eagle and Fusion 360 probably amongst the best ones. They come with a lot of packages built in, but you can also build your own standard footprints. So if I was starting today rather than 50 years ago, when I didn't have the option, I would go this route, because you get DFM in there as well, design for manufacturing, about track sizes, pad sizes, track to pad clearance, all that good stuff that you need to know. And again, what these packages make it easier for you to do is to go from that breadboard stage to a PCB piece of cake. So Gearbox are getting into that field now of being able to turn around PCBs quickly. So again, it becomes a one-stop shop to make you your original PCBs, then do your assembly. In the UK, when I was developing my oil sensor, there was a company there where I sent them directly from Eagle CAD, my Gerber files, and they sent me back 10 PCBs for £1 each. So again, I went from breadboard stage to PCB stage really almost overnight. So you've got that technology here as well. I don't know how many of you got 3D printers? Anybody? No? Oh, you need to get one. Trust me. Trust me. Because again, it's all part of getting that funding idea. So now you need to take your breadboard, get a PCB made, 3D print an enclosure or buy an enclosure and put it on the desk of somebody with money. I wish it had worked for me. The CAD file, it holds everything you need in one file. There's no drawing around pads to find the center or anything like that. It's a great thing. This is from the CAD translator that I use. So you can see we've immediately got a visual representation of the board, and I did nothing to produce that. I just hit import. And you can see it's already got embedded all the part numbers, the circuit references, test points, whether it's on the top side, the bottom side, reference designators, and the centroid, which is what we really need. So this probably, from the time I clicked the import button, it was about 8 seconds to give me that data. And then that same package outputs my text file that we saw right at the beginning with the 5 columns. If I took the difference between CAD for this same job and Gerber, this job has about, I think it's about 100 and something components. It's probably about 4 hours to create a Europlacer program from Gerber, and it's about 8 seconds to produce one from CAD. Where are you going to spend your money? The CAD package is the way to go. So if you haven't got CAD, then go to the bill of materials and the centroid file. Just because you've output Gerber data for your stencil, you don't have to use it. Just leave it with those guys. Use your bill of materials. If you can handle Excel, then you can produce a file that these guys can use to create your program. That's it on that one. Thank you very much.